monumental. Boy, I'm getting cream, I'm screaming, can it be so simple? Twisted off that lean, I'm counting green in my rental. Weed and nicotine, I'm Charlie Sheen in my mental. You fiend for my level.
Yeah, that's my shit, man. Huh? Yo, chill. Huh? I told my nigga come and talk to me. I could bring it to New Haven quick. When niggas know a nigga that know a nigga, what up with knowing niggas, nigga, I don't know shit. They drop jewels, but niggas ain't never made nothing. They all talk, but niggas ain't never paid nothing. And then they get in the booth, start feeling they self, start talking that shit like if they spray something. I'm in the hood while y'all niggas play the law scene. I'm straight dropping you this water, all chlorine. The girl dirty and I still keep the ball clean. The bills paid, my daughter fed, your boy mean. I'm out here, I don't fuck with the club scene. Matter of fact, I ain't even social. I disappear for a month and follow the cold front. Yeah, I told you that my hustle coastal. You can't make it if you stay local. And never let a washed up nigga coach you. It's a lot of that around here, so it's for the living. I crack a bottle and pour a beer. Whole dog here, no service or pour beers. Handful of niggas the team, so yeah, we all here. Rather have mine with a beam, let's make it all clear. Bang bang, rush mouth gang, nigga, this our year. Straight like that. I've been the man since I started laying tracks. Ain't never been a time that I was whack. Always snapping off and dumbing when I rap. Never slacking when it come to spitting facts. Bitch, you artificial, my artificial, you get it, my nigga, cause I be sizzling the track. Bones, blunts, joints of marijuana got me buzzing in the struggle to relax. Take another listen, my nigga, and run it back. 100 bars a minute is going over your cap. Flow is so infinite, my nigga, riddle me that. It ain't about me if it ain't about scratch. I'ma stack it, put the state up on my back. Never slacking, my mackin' is still attacking, so immaculate. Wasn't really with battling, I toss him like a javelin. Overthrowing establishment, I ain't having it. Born a leader, never follow, not the half of it. That's why I move like an activist. On the low, high lean, no activist. Cause it seemed like a catalyst. The dumber generation down and it's the saddest shit. And I ain't hating, but I had it vent. Tell me what your life's like and use common sense.
Monster Monday returns. Yeah, so I did the what you call it. I did the what you call it. What it is, y'all? Monster. Y'all 41 on y'all motherfuckers. 4-1. 4-1 Taurus on your ass. Shit is monster. I always wanted the beast on this shit right here. Monster. Smell me, Ronin? This my shit. And I feel like this is ain't no time like the present. Cause I know niggas is mad. They can't figure this shit out. How all this shit is going down right in front of their face. It's too late, niggas. You already lost. Don't hate me. Hate the laws of the land, the boys in the vans, the courts and the cans. I'm on it again. Call your man. Picture me going away, leaving the game lonely for a cage. Homie, you know me, no days. No way. Rock filthy, but not guilty, though. Hey, we still celebrate and promote Drake. Blow haze and all hell, your royal rockness. While critics take shots in the toilet, pop shit. You gon' need more than books, Moss, to be the man. An ass whooping teach you shit that your teachers can. No way in hell could your mama and your father prepare you for a whole block full of niggas jumping on you. The jungle and that concrete jungle shit is real. Animals kill for all the same shit niggas kill. Some of them steal just to get a meal. Some real territorial, more you just cause you got no business there. Welcome to the hood, same rules apply. Over females, over turf for food, you could die. If you survive past 25, you's a bad motherfucker. Dudes around here getting crucified. How were you surprised? We ain't nothing but man. Would you see this shit all on Discovery Channel? Animal Planet with cannons that blam canyons and grandstanders. Ram your news van and take them damn cameras. I'm a fucked up mix of a gorilla and grizzly bear. Sharp watch for the waters, you don't wanna swim in there. A scorpion and an ox, says the horoscope. At a desert eagle, I am horrible. I guess that's why y'all hate me, but y'all raised me. God made me this way, y'all trained me to try to cage me. Not make me king of this whole shit. A president, Big Rock, Obama, vote bitch. I took charges and scars for this flow shit. The whole hip hop, I done folk pigs and them dopeness. Born this way, this how I'ma leave here. Accident, baby, mean I was meant to be here. Niggas fear what they can't understand, hate what they can't conquer. Shout out to my jury again, uncaged the monster. Y'all should be living of him. Go back to hate until you hear me again. Fuck outta here, outta here, outta here. Hate me now, nigga, hate me now. Now y'all got a reason. Now y'all scraping everything. Hey, suckers. Motherfucking koala bears ain't fit to live around monsters. Rock on, rock on.
Welcome to the Chop Shop Radio. I am your host, Nabi Reality. I'll let my other hosts introduce themselves because they're here.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
We'll get no introduction today.
Why wouldn't you?
Niggas being lazy. I wasn't even here last week. I can't get in. Can't even get in. I wasn't even here last week. Can't get even introduction. No,
I mean,
they don't care. And put that Michael Jackson on. Yo, play that Michael Jackson video. They don't care about us. Play that.
I mean, what do you want? I mean, how you want me to handle that? I mean, what you want me to do about that?
Yeah.
Oh my God, S. Perez is getting souped up today.
Yo, what up? What up?
Getting souped up today.
Yo, yeah, I'm your host, Cash. You know what I'm saying? We got BX Young G's all the way over there.
G's in the building.
You know what I mean? Somebody with some common courtesy and shit.
Common courtesy. Yo, so we got a very special show for you tonight. I just want to say we have a very special show for you tonight. We have Knowledge Born a Law from the Do the Knowledge Radio, and we have Doggie Diamonds from Doggie Diamonds TV calling in. We were just talking to them, but we actually got a little mixed up with the phone. We're gonna hook that up in a second. We're gonna get that going. We appreciate you guys for tuning in every Thursday, 6:30 to 8. www.usd.world is the official website of everything. And just thank you guys for supporting us.
Live stream, even though he said he's gonna take it over, he still keep it on for the lazy ones, because you know everybody go to Facebook. I was talking to somebody. I was just talking to somebody that has another show. Shout out to Ear to the Streets, based in Florida. I was networking with them earlier. They're doing real big things down there. They're about to try to take their platform to the Roku box and stuff like that. And, we're building and we'll be interviewing the founders. They're originally from New York, but they moved to Florida, Ear to the Streets. They only deal with upcoming artists. And they're becoming part of our network in the sense of that we're building. But shout out to them down in Florida for them for reaching back, because I reached out first, but reaching back and like saying what's up and just being real dope dudes, man. And just their platform is dope. It's called Ear to the Streets. We'll be putting up information about it on the page, and we'll be interviewing the founders that are originally from New York, but now they're both based in Florida. And they only deal with upcoming talent, like straight up, just like.
No, I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I think it's a.
That's what we need right now.
Yeah, I think that's a dope. I think that's really dope.
Well, that's what we was headed to. You know what I'm saying? We try to like broadcast and do a platform for upcoming artists, but along the way we get little special, guests. Which,
We need some more special guests. We abandon them unknown artists. We don't get rid of them niggas. We go all the way.
I think that's how we have.
He's just looking like this.
I think that's how. I think that's how. You know what?
He's like, wait a minute. Yeah, but nah, man. It's always good to like be able to put local talent. The biggest guests that we get on the show, the more exposure be for the underground dudes. So you know what I mean. So.
My thing is more exposure or whatever the case is. The bigger artists you get, cool, you get more exposure. But I think it's great when you get more exposure with local artists.
Well, no, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. It's like if you have bigger artists on the show, and that brings a bigger crowd, and then for the local artists, we play their videos and stuff. That'd be more exposure for them because we have a larger audience. So having the bigger guests, the guests with more followings is better. It's good. To mix it up. You know what I mean? To keep the balance and
keep the balance. All that good shit.
Yeah, hopefully we get it. We get a Breakfast Club or something one day.
Breakfast Club. Good morning.
We'll get the dinner club lunch.
The dinner club,
Yeah, the, what's that? Yeah, we just.
I want to take this moment real quick to talk about idea me and Navi was going to talk about on air. This idea I want everybody to know.
Don't put me in this stuff when I'm not at the table.
UZD Cypher, black and white Cypher.
Oh, UZD Cypher?
Yeah, so we get a black person and a white person, and we have a cipher. I thought it was a little racist. The whole concept of it.
We'll put the white person. We'll put the white person in blackface, and then we put the white person and the black person in whiteface, and then we make a battle.
He's always in the cipher, so that's the white person right there. So.
I mean, I'm half white, so I have the representation. Jesus looks.
Wow.
Jesus lighter than me.
Somebody get the NAACP on the line.
He's part of the Latino family.
Somebody call Jesse Jackson.
Yeah, somebody get Jesse Jackson over
Somebody
there.
get Jesse Jackson on the line.
That brings me to something I was reading about, and it was actually a YouTube video.
What, a racial thing?
Nah, it was about
Jesse Jackson.
It was about sort of. It was about Dave Chappelle, about his whole thing when he went and
I seen you repost that, and people were talking like they were like acting like, was that like some conspiracy theory shit? Or?
Well, it was from an anonymous source.
Yep.
All right, we'll get to our first guest.
Yo, peace. One of these microphones, we need one of them. Yep, hold on 1 second. Just get the volume all the way up. Let me get one of these microphones. All right. Whatever one works. Peace. Can you hear us?
I hear y'all loud and clear.
Word,
All right. So we got two of our very special guests. Actually, our only guests tonight. Two very special guests.
Only guests that need
only guests that we need. Can y'all introduce yourselves real quick?
I'll go by the name of Doggie Diamonds.
Yep.
Doggie Diamonds TV.
Word.
DVD. Become Up DVD.
Yeah.
Various other media platforms that I contributed to.
A person that paved the way for the Chop Shop. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you paved the way. There's actually two groups of people in here that feel like you paved the way for the type of stuff we do. So we kind of came together to hear this interview because, like I said, you're a pioneer in that area of raw dog interviewing, man. Like really doing it, like just saying what it is. Because interviews always be like cupcake status sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I thank y'all for saying that because I just put something on Twitter the other day and I was like, you know, I was feeling like I was overlooked and misunderstood, you know what I'm saying? Not by people like you, but...
By the machine? Maybe by the machine.
Yeah, by the machine. They don't like me.
But you wouldn't be you. But you wouldn't be...
because you get the...
Yeah, but you wouldn't be you.
Out of it.
You wouldn't be you if the machine paid too much attention to you. That's the burden that you take by speaking the truth.
The machine don't like the stuff that he's talking about. That's what it is.
Yeah,
He's getting out of people.
But now that y'all say that, I think I have to look at it from that perspective. But the problem with that is it's like the indies versus the majors.
Mm-hmm.
When you're an independent artist and you're not on the Universals and the Def Jams, they think it's because you're not good enough.
Yeah, that's the common everyday 85er perspective, right? That's
actual fact. Actual fact. So that's the only difference with it. So when you see people rewarded with complex jobs and they got jobs at, you know, these so-called big corporations, it seemed like it's because they were good. Then you have somebody like myself, like I had somebody, some little stupid broad came on my Instagram today and was like, oh, he don't interview real people. He always interview people that was with people. He don't never get the story. He always get the secondhand story. So I said, I just kind of responded. So if I post my interview with Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? You've interviewed everybody though. Like what?
This is the point I'm making. I said, will you agree to this? Will you agree to delete your Twitter? I mean, delete your Instagram. If I could post at least how many? Because I was gonna say how many you want. I could post 100, but I'll post 10 for you right now. Will you? And that's. You know, that shut that down.
I mean, didn't you? I was just saying, like I was saying to you off camera, I was just watching an interview where you were at the Breakfast Club interviewing Charlamagne the God. Like, what? You like what? Like, and people can dislike him or hate him, but you know.
When you humble and you just, you know, I really love the culture, so I don't really be thinking about the things that other people think about, you know, because I don't really think about whether I made $5,000 or $50 at any, because if I was doing it for free. So if I never made $1 from it, I still would be doing it.
Yeah, word.
You know, it's just that what happened was when we realized that it was money in it, it was people making money off of us. Well, we might as well make money off ourselves.
It's always people outside of the culture that are making the money off of it, right? Like the people that make the most money off of diamonds are not Africans, you know. The people that are making the most money off of hip hop are not African Americans from the South Bronx. Like,
so my biggest question is
exactly, yeah, and you know, and that's the deal. Like within this culture, perception to people is their reality. It's not about what they know; it's about what they think.
Exactly.
You know, and corporate America, and you know, because hip hop is very corporate. See, people don't realize that too. They think it's, you know, struggle and all that. No, it's very corporate because it's people who sit in the boardroom and come up with marketing plans and marketing schemes. And they do these little Instagram stunts and you know, leak sex tapes and all this stuff that people don't even realize take place in the business. They really think that this is real life. You know, they think love and hip hop is real. Like
like it's not scripted. Like it's not scripted. Did you have a question, Press? Because I wanna take him back to something. Go ahead.
My big question.
Well, hold on. Before we do that, we got to talk about Knowledge Born. He's on here too.
Oh yeah. Knowledge Born is like that though. Knowledge Born is like that. If you start talking, he'll just let you talk.
Go in. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm just a little bit of brown rice that go with the meal. You understand?
Yeah, Knowledge Born is a very, very good friend of the Chop Shops. He's a very good brother. He's interviewed us on his show. We've interviewed him now. Like, he's a very good friend of the Chop Shop. Introduce yourself, brother.
Yo, I'm Knowledge Born Alive. I'm a host and founder of Do Knowledge Radio. I'm here, you know, because of people like Doggie Diamonds as well. So, you know, I get to be little bro on the tour with Big Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
You know, Jay-Z, like Kanye got done on the
Yeah.
I mean, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, Rad Love the Chop Shop Radio, man.
Thank you, and
be on the platform, man.
And Knowledge Born, thanks to Knowledge Born for this interview because, like, you know, you know, Doggie, I'm not saying you don't do, but it doesn't seem like you do an intense amount of interviews. So we appreciate.
I don't. You know why I don't? Because a lot of platforms are very trashy, and I respect the culture so much that I'm not going to just talk to somebody who has a phone and don't do their homework, and they're going to ask me stuff like, where you see yourself in 5 years.
Where do you see yourself after?
Real interview question.
Yeah,
they was a real Google interview question.
Yeah. People who have a track record, and I've even been people's first interview as far as them letting them interview me. I don't mind that because I could coach them through it. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. Most of the time when people interview me, you can ask me one question and I'll talk for 20 minutes and you be like, damn, we didn't even have to ask him nothing. He just went, and it's still good content. Because I know the content that you need to make your show successful, what people want to hear.
Understood. And we respect that. And like I said, I'd like to shout out Knowledge Born for making this happen and everything else and like that. But so let's get into the meat of it. So let's just for people, because like I think that, like, I know who you are, but we have an audience of people that are from different countries and stuff that know you from your TV show. But let's talk a little bit of history here. And I found it interesting to find out how much of your history, like, that I knew, like, you had a history when it came to, like, production and DJing, but, like, I didn't realize that you came into the game at age 15. Is that correct or is that incorrect?
Yes.
So you're
15. I was already on the road.
You was already in a group. You was in a group called Little Bastards, and your first. You guys got signed to a sub label of Tommy Boy. Living Large, was it? Living
Yes, Living Large.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm trying to do this off from the head without paper because this is visuals. People can see me. So at age 15, you got signed. So you got I got a little bug in my ear, like what? Doggie Diamonds, look this guy up. So what age was Doggie Diamonds the first? No. So you guys dropped. I believe your first song was it "Bitch Get a Job"?
Bitch Get a Job.
Bitch get a job.
Bitch Get a Job, right? The dope thing about that was I got to meet Brand Nubian.
Yo, okay, that's amazing. But you know what the most amazing part of all that was? No. I don't know what was more amazing. That they signed a deal at 15. That three things was that they signed a deal. I was like, that's amazing. But then I was like, you guys went on a 30-day tour with the Source magazine.
Yes.
But the illest part. That's what I was gonna. Why you're fucking up my punchlines here.
He's a master of the interview shit. You know,
he's a master interviewer. He knew where I was going. You at age 15, besides getting signed to a sub-label under Tommy Boy, Living Large, and DJing for 30 Days on the Source Awards, you DJ'd for Roxanne Shante. How the hell did that happen at age 15?
You know, I was just a local DJ in my hood. So when the group was being put together, you know, we was traditional, like even as kids, traditional like rappers and a DJ. You need a DJ. So they was like, well, you could be the DJ. Now it just so happened that I took it very, very serious. So I was the kid that was in the house practicing, you know, all day. My grandmother turned that damn music down, and I'm in the house practicing because you couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna be the next Marley Marl, Pete Rock. You know, Clark Kent, you know what I'm saying? That's who I looked up to as far as DJing, you know, so I was like, especially Jazzy Jeff, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, big inspiration. Yeah.
I don't think people really realize how nice of a DJ Jazzy Jeff really is. Like,
I think even to this day that there's a lot of people who are not DJs who don't understand. DJs know, but people that are not DJs don't understand Jazzy Jeff's impact on the culture, I don't think.
He's thinking to do Uncle Phil throughout the house.
I wanted to be that. So I was in the crib. So from doing that and just the group signing the deal, they wanted Roxanne Shante on the tour. So Fly Tyrone Williams, the owner of Cold Chillin', who was who managed Big Daddy Kane, Biz Markie, MC Shan, you know, who was the founder of Cold Chillin'.
Yeah.
He was like, well, we have a new group, and if you want Roxanne Shante, you have to take them. Used her for leverage to take us on the tour. So long story short, you know, I was the DJ, the tour DJ for my group already. So we went on before her opening for her. So for opening from us opening, I already was on the turntable. So after a while, they was like, "Yo, play her record." Now this is vinyl.
Yeah.
So me being,
I mean, what year are we talking, Doggie? What year are we talking now? What year are we talking? 92.
1992. The golden age.
Yep. That's when shit was still rock and roll.
Yo, so I'm like, if this record skips, so, you know, because this is not DATs. This is not show tapes. This is not that machine they got now where you just cue the record in. This is...
No, you fuck up. No, you fuck up. That's it.
You fuck up. You know, they like kill the DJ type shit. You know what I'm saying? So...
That might have been the end of your career. That might have been the end of your career right there.
Yeah, but the shit though, I was so focused. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, listen, man, I practice every damn day. I turn down fucking, you know, I turn down women. I turn down everything as a little kid.
You turned down the monkey?
Yeah, I used to turn down pussy. All I cared about was, all I cared about, honestly, as a kid was making music. That's all I cared about. And the benefit of that was it saved my life. Because I grew up in Brooklyn, in you know, the heart of Brooklyn. I'm right here. Biggie's 2 blocks over. You know what I'm saying? This shit is wild. We talking about Brooklyn in the late 80s.
Yeah, I mean the Decepticons. We were interviewing Rock. That's when the Decepticons were running around and shit was wild. The Low Lifes and the Decepticons.
Who I had beef with?
Who?
The Decepticons.
Why? Was you a Low Life? Was you a Low Life?
No, I was a Raider. So
okay.
Early on, he wore all Raider stuff.
Yeah.
Neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? So I was a Raider, and Raiders had beef with Decepticons.
Yeah, that's a Bed-Stuy crew, right?
Crazy. What would you say?
Raiders, that's a Bed-Stuy squad?
Yeah, no, it's from my block. It started from my block. Yeah, exactly. Waverly Avenue, yeah. So if you I got a tattoo on my arm that says 927. If you look at the numbers, that's WAR on the phone. So 927 is like our code. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only tattoo.
You know you're showing your age talking about phone codes.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm so proud. You know what's so funny though? I'm so proud of my age because you live to age, and I'm not the same man that I was when I was 15. You know, so many of my friends got murdered, killed, so much time in jail. So it's almost a blessing. It is a blessing, but it's almost like you're surprised you live the age.
Yeah, you get to
the environment that I come from.
Yeah, you get to a certain age now. I'd like to fast forward a little bit because I'd like to fast forward a little bit. So we talked about you being 15 and getting signed to Tommy Boy and doing the Source Awards and then Roxanne Shante. So now you're 15. From what it said from your bio and then my research and looking around, it seems 2 years later at a very, very ripe age of 17, not even 18 yet, before you was even 18. you're listed as a freelance producer that worked with Little Kim, Junior Mafia, and the Notorious B.I.G. Could we talk a little bit about that?
Actual facts. They used to come to my crib. I still have the microphone right here that they all record.
Send it to me. Send it to me. My address.
Send it to us. We'll give you the PO.
We'll give it a good home.
Just send it to us. We'll give it a good home.
Yeah. It's funny because it's a Shure 58. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Yeah, that's a classic joint. So how does a 17-year-old become a freelance producer that works with Biggie Smalls, Little Kim, and Junior Mafia at the age of 17? How does that even happen? How does that happen?
Being under the tutelage of track masters at the time, you know, and just watching them. Like, I used to go around them and I used to call them. It was 4 members of track masters. You had Tone, Poke, that everybody knows as track masters, but it was also 2 other members, Frank Nitty and Al Richburg. So Al Richburg had the pre-production studio in the house, and I used to always call them and say, could I come to your house? Could I come to your house? Because they was in there working on music. They had the SP1200, the 950, then they had the MPC 60. So I used to just look at them. And I used to always come, and they used to be like, yo, why are you so quiet? And I used to say to myself, actually, I'm not really quiet, but I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to be an idiot. I don't want to be who I am in the street because I really want to do this. And y'all, you know, are my way in. So I used to go there, and then Poke from Trackmasters took me to Sam Ash. Me and my partner, Julie, rest in peace, got the money together to get a pre-production studio. So we went and bought an SP1200, a 950, a Tascam 688 board, a DAP machine, some Sonoy speakers. We spent about maybe $16,000.
Jesus.
In the at
you wasn't,
17.
You wasn't.
Ash.
But you had that much. I mean, most 17-year-olds would rather spend it on cocaine and toots, just to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, but they're idiots though, because
this is true.
For me, I already knew what I wanted to do. It was etched in stone what I wanted to do. I want to be, in order for me to be the next Pete Rock, I got to get the tools to beat Pete Rock. I have to study Pete Rock.
See, but you had a razor-sharp focus. You had a razor-sharp focus that most teenagers then and especially now did. I'm not saying that you was the only one, but Doggie, I'm just saying that we meet a lot of youth. We work with a lot of youth, and there's not a lot of 17-year-olds that have that razor-sharp focus. Like, that's some like Hawk seeing the mouse, razor sharp focus, you don't care what's in your way type of shit. Like, that is powerful.
That's motivation.
It comes from, like I said to you offline, I never got paid originally for what I was doing, so I didn't know that you were supposed to get paid. I just thought that if you love it, you do it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a relationship with a woman. Like, you don't get paid for that.
Can I say
There's
something
no
to
reward,
us?
and that the reward is love and a good feeling. So I didn't know that, you know, people make money for beats and people do it. I just wanted to be, I wanted to be Marley Marl and Pete Rock and Ralph McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? Those are the 3 people who I wanted to be. So I remember going to Sam Ash and they had the MPC 60 and they had the SP 1200. I knew I was getting a 950 because that was a sampler, but then I needed a drum machine. And so I asked them, what does Pete Rock use? And they said he uses this right here. I said, so I want that.
Yo, all right. So listen to me 1 second, right?
In 1993, I still have it.
1993, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I still have the 950 that I bought in 1993.
There so you can send us those too.
Our co-host S. Perez has a question. She's been sitting here patiently.
Just observing everything.
Patiently to be exact.
She's the youngin of our squad, so she got it.
My biggest thing is I'm listening to what you say, that you did things and you didn't know you had to get paid for it. I kind of appreciate that level of music. I think everything you do shouldn't be for free, and a lot of people don't agree with me.
Should have a value. Yeah.
Should have a value. Like, you should want to do this. As 25 years old, I would get on stage for anybody and perform for free. Now I feel like that's the best way.
When somebody else getting paid off it, and you ain't, and then you realize somebody else getting money for this shit.
$5,000 that night, and they're fucking telling you they're not gonna let your crew in for free.
Well, here's my thing. Here's my thing on that. Right. I think the best music is made free, and I think once people actually discover you as a real artist because you're out there real, you're like, yo, download my shit for free, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? A lot of people discover you, and then they really want to get to know you, and that's where you really make money. I think real artists make money after they done being free. That's my quote on shit. You know what I mean?
Like, you got to put in your time as a
right.
Cocaine dudes.
Yeah, and
in your time as an intern.
Perfect example of what I'm trying to explain is, all right, I'm on the Chopp side with you guys, right? I do this shit for free. I want to meet people for, like I want to meet people. I'm doing all this shit for free. No, I don't get paid. But nah. Nah, it's cool. But I enjoy doing this for free and meeting people and doing all that. That's the way you're supposed to meet people. This is how life is supposed to be. I'm supposed to meet you like this.
The reality of the matter is that just like what Doggie was saying before, but just that the reality of the matter is that shit costs money to produce.
No. That's all right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get to that. All right. So I want to perform for free. I want to do shit for free. I want people to understand who I am as an artist, right? I want to invest in myself. If you don't invest in yourself as an artist, you will never be nothing. A lot of people say, "Oh, I got talent." You can have talent all day, but if you're not investing in yourself and you don't have that hustle, if you don't have that hustle, how can you expect anybody else to respect you? Perfect example. I know a lot of people won't like this, but Cardi B. Yeah. All right, she's okay. She's not that bad of an artist, I don't think. Yeah. But she put her fucking hustle in that bitch. She went on Love and Hip Hop, which is a fake fucking show. Yeah, she put her hustle on that shit, and guess what? She got the #1 fucking song right now in hip hop. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta put that hustle in, and that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like you gotta put your fucking hustle in this shit. And I feel like what he was saying, that a lot of the shit that he did wasn't. He didn't know he needed to get paid for it, but at the same time, it got him where he is right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You meet people. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm inspired. I'm inspired by that.
Connections are a lot worth more than money sometimes. You know what I mean?
I think Doggie, I think that you'll co-sign this, that connections will take you a lot further than money will ever take you. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, it's funny. The reason why that's so real, because people who talk shit to me, who really don't know my track record. Because you have different versions of myself. You have me, the dude who was never on camera, to now the dude who's on camera. So now that I'm on camera now, people think I'm a new person. So they don't know my track record. So I get people coming on my Instagram talking shit to me and my Twitter.
Not even realizing you're an OG. Not even realizing you're
Listen, and I always pick up my phone and make a phone call. And I fuck your whole career with who you think is your OG, and the person who you following is 9 times out of 10 is a good friend of mine. I do that shit all day. Like, I don't argue with people because arguments always lead to physical fights. You know what I'm saying? And we not gonna physically fight.
Especially because let's be honest here. I'm gonna say it straight up. Niggas is soft these days and they be pressing charges. That's what be going down. You punch a dude in the face.
I told somebody the other day. I said, yo, I think people provoking me to fuck them up so they can sue me.
That's how
try to sue you and get some props off you for the internet.
Yo, a dude will be selling crack and have a hammer, let you punch him in the face. All of a sudden, he's a state witness. It's like, how the hell did they? What part of the game is that?
And I want the audience to hear this.
All four people watching, Doggie. Go ahead.
The biggest thing for people to do right now is a screenshot.
Yo, Doggie, I was talking to my brother Cash. I was talking to my co-host and my brother Cash, Doggie, the other day about this, right? And I was saying that the illest meme that I've seen the last 2 years is the one that said there's 3 sides to every story: your side, their side, and the good old screenshot. A screenshot has ended plenty of relationships.
Yeah, that's where we're at with it. So you have people that are saying things to you, and then depending on how you respond, they are happy that you responded to them. So I understand. Like with me, I'm a people person. If somebody say, yo, what's up? I respect what you do. That's and the third. All right, cool. Yo, even if somebody say, yo, listen, I respect what you do. I saw this interview, such and such. I liked it. If you get a chance, could you listen to my mixtape? I actually be taking time out my day to listen to people's shit. If you want feedback, I'll give it to you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I don't because people can't take criticism.
No, they don't.
Because I don't have criticism.
Go ahead, Cash.
I don't always have to listen and criticize because sometimes I'll just say the shit was dope, but it wasn't for me. Certain content that you might have is just not for me. If you're talking about lean, pills, bitches, that's just not for my type of shit. So don't even send that to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't even send that type of music to me because that's not for me. But I'll listen to it and I'll tell you, yo, that shit might go over with a certain demographic of people, but that's not for me.
Yeah.
And that doesn't. But
that's a real music fan right there. That's
they say that you're hating now. You know what I'm
Yeah, but that's a corny motherfucker's way of justifying it. That's a corny motherfucker's way of justifying. That's like that person that they put on America's Got Talent is like, you don't know talent. I'm gonna make it one day. You don't know real music. Like that's that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Doggie, you interviewed a lot of people, and you know, like
a lot of people,
and you know, like inside information about stuff. You ever be interviewing somebody and be like, this nigga lying?
Oh, a lot of times, because a lot of times I done been with dudes in cars and homes, and I'm like, you know, it look good for the camera, but this motherfucker about to get on the train with me. That's pretty hard. It is what it is. I understand. See, I understand that people live in an illusion. Like I said, people based off, a lot of people is based off perception. I just don't live like that.
Yeah.
You know
that's what it is, and you know. No, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I walk around the street. People see me. They see me in the gym. They see me in fucking Junior's getting cheesecake. Walking, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And I'll be like, "What the fuck is the big deal?" Like, I'm walk around and shit. Like, I'm confused. Like, you know, because to me, I'm not anybody special. I just do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, you know how I know that's true though. You know how I know that's true though. I just wanted to say because I want to transition to something else. What I appreciate about you is that you have a certain level of rawness that is missing, because I remember, because you're the kind of guy that, like, you'll be respectful to somebody, but if you don't like what they're saying, you'll tell them what time it is. Like, I was watching the Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club interview, and he was like, yeah, man, somebody called me, you know what I'm saying, they call me a pussy and this and that, boom, boom, and you know, I just, whatever, I don't want to get sued. And you were like, yo, honestly, I have to knock a motherfucker out. I don't know if I could deal with that. Like, and you know, like, I saw you saying certain things, and I'm like, yo, like, you had the perfect balance of respect, but you were like, yo, I'm gonna be honest, like, we're a little different. Like, I knock a motherfucker out. Like, I can't deal with that. It was like, I was watching that Charlamagne the God video, and I felt like I don't know.
The two friends talking like
no. Like, I watched probably like 40 interviews that Doggie has done, right? I watched 40 interviews that I haven't already seen, because I've seen a couple, and I watched maybe 40 interviews over the last week. I watched maybe a little less than that, but close to that number. And out of all the interviews, I thought that the one with Charlamagne the God was the dopest, because if you look at Charlamagne the God and you look at Doggie Diamonds and you just would like to put them down on paper, they're like opposites in a lot of ways, right? Because like Doggie Diamonds is Doggie Diamonds is like the underground, the roots, and Charlamagne God is fucking Wendy Williams and the Breakfast Club and the gossip and the fucking. But yet they agreed on a lot of things, but at the same time, Doggie made it clear, like, in that situation, I have to knock a motherfucker out. So I appreciate you for that directness and that rawness, yo.
But you know what's dope though? What I respected about Charlamagne was, yo, he's not the asshole that people think he is, right? He's not. But I understand that some people, when you say action.
Yeah.
I don't know his real name.
Nah.
When you say action, he's Charlamagne that he got hired.
Yeah. That's his job.
On the camera, he's different.
But they hired him. That's his job in that between those three people. You know what I mean?
They hired him to be the hip hop Simon, right?
Schwarzenegger is walking around with a fucking
machine gun,
a gun on him.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Yo, but they hired him to be the hip hop Simon, right? Like they hired
Simon.
him.
He's just like.
But they hired him to be that guy.
They hired him basically for like shock value type shit.
He's been fired from like 3 shows. They knew what they were getting when
he just says whatever.
Yeah, and I give him credit. He actually predates Simon, so I ain't giving shit. Simon got hired to be the fucking
you're right.
Charlamagne.
Yeah, you're right. Here we see. There we go with the fact checks. There we go. All right, so let's transition on, because we also eventually want to get to Knowledge Born. So we're moving forward to the production with Biggie and all that, everything, like 17. Then at age 20, you also worked with Helter Skelter, Smith & Wesson, right? You're still doing production. What was the...
You still do production now?
You still do production? Like music production?
I do. Rest in peace to Sean Price, one of my good friends, comrades. In mid-interview one day, he just says, yo, when you gonna stop doing this interview shit and give me some more beats? You know what I'm saying? And then people were looking like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, so that's everybody knows. That like if Little Fame see me, they'll be like,
shout out to MOP.
As a cameraman dude or as an interview dude, but my people who I grew up with always say, yo, give me some beats. You know what I'm saying? And people always be like, yo, why people always ask you for music? So I have been working on an album called I Hate Rappers. It's an instrumental album that will be coming out I don't want to put a release date because I'm on some Dr. Dre detox shit.
Well,
But
Oh, you better stop with these mythological. We don't want to hear about a mythological album now here.
no, it's but, I be having to get a lot of things, like knowing what I know now. I have to get a lot of things together.
Yeah.
Business and paperwork and the administrative things. So, you know, before, like I said, I was winging it. I was just giving shit away. But as you give it away, somebody always make money off you. And the times is different now. I'm a grown-ass man. I ain't out here on some little boy shit doing shit for fun. And I still do things for fun, but it's a lot of profit to be made, you know.
But there's also the cost, the cost of doing what you do. Like people don't understand. That's what I'm saying. They be like looking at people like they're trying to make money.
Video right now, right? If this was video, I would show you my SP1200. I would show you my 950. I just bought the machine.
I mean, we can say, you're based what? New York City, right?
Brooklyn. No, I'm not from New York. I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, sorry, right, Brooklyn. Well, we be in Brooklyn over on Hull Ave with Papa Wu. So the next time that we've been doing the last time we went to New York, we did on the spot on the move Chop Shop where we went to Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? We went to the projects and we got up with Rock and we filmed him and everything like that. So maybe like in the future when we're in New York, we can come to where you're at and we'll do like a live stream from there and we can get all that footage. You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. Like,
facts. I got an office. Downtown Brooklyn in Dumbo. Like I said, when people talk about investing themselves, I've never had a corporate dollar in my life. Everything that I've done, I've always paid for myself out of my pocket or out of, you know, now I started asking for crowdfunding and donations. I didn't even know how powerful that
then you see you done that.
And I don't get millions of donations, but I do to the people who have donated and contributed to my Patreon. So salute to them because they do definitely love what I do. But, you know, I didn't even know that you could ask people for money, and then people try to make you feel bad for asking for donations.
No. Did you see? There was that argument.
Presidents are elected.
There was that argument. I don't know if you've seen that, but there was an argument that I only chimed in because it was a public conversation. There was an argument that you were having on your page. It's something you put up in August that dude had made a comment on, and I went and made a comment on it because I really felt passionate about it. And you had put up a post in August, and you had said that, you know, there's so many people in my inbox every day. You basically like I'm probably not gonna say it word for word verbatim, but if I don't get it right, yeah, I'm gonna paraphrase Doggie Diamonds real quick, all right? And if I'm wrong, correct me, Doggie. So you had said something to the effect of people be in my inbox every day trying to get me to help them with their career and this and that. But you know, by the way, I take money for what I do, and I also have a clothing line that I you know what I'm saying, sell stuff and this and that and support that. And the white dude tried to get in your inbox. I mean, not an inbox. He tried to get into I only got in because it was a public conversation. He was like, oh well, he tried to compare you to like the preachers that are in the poor pit, kind of like
I didn't get that.
Yeah, but he tried to do all of it. He tried to make that commentary, and you were like, oh, whatever, this and that. And I went in and I'm like, yo, but dudes spend money on this and they spend money on that, but they don't want to support. And I was like, you wasn't saying like, if you don't buy my shit, fuck you. You were saying that if you're gonna come to me and take my time out my day and ask me for my advice on your career that you're gonna make money, hey, buy a fucking t-shirt or contribute to what I'm doing. That's what the fuck is wrong with that? And anybody who thinks that there's something wrong with that is somebody that fucking wants something for free, and that shit frustrates me.
You got a lot of people with the sense of entitlement, and my thing is,
I don't like it.
People who charge consultation fees.
Exactly, but that's my whole point. But that's my whole point. So in the end of that, he said that, I said that, then you said, you know, buy my stuff and this and that. You might have said something like, make sure you check out the Chop Shop. Those guys are great. I don't know. You might have said that. I don't know if you said that. I think it was there.
So what was the other thing about the Eminem freestyle? You got a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about this because you've been getting a lot of flack. You've been getting a lot of flack, but also support. And I seen that you were one of the people that were vocal about it. How do you feel about this Eminem freestyle situation?
Shit was corny.
Yeah.
Shit was corny. And people listen. I also have a podcast that everybody knows called Doggie Diamonds No Filter. I explain my stance on it. It's a new episode that just went up today. Hot off the presses because my Facebook was on fire, my Twitter was on fire, my Instagram. So I explain it further, but I'm going to give y'all basically what I said, and if you want to hear more in detail, just go to Doggie Diamonds No Filter on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play. Just look up Doggie Diamonds No Filter. It's episode 39. So I felt like it was corny because he said fuck Trump, and everybody's like, yeah. But I feel as a black man, we don't give a fuck about Trump. We've been said fuck Trump. I said fuck Trump since the Central Park 5. You know what I'm saying? So Trump never meant anything to me. So I'm seeing black people like, ooh, Eminem went in, and I'm saying, well, what did he say that's pertaining to black people in our plight?
You know what I like the most about what you said? You know what I like the most about you? You know how I knew that you was a like-minded, A-like spirit to us? When you said, why is everybody bugging out what he said when, like you said, you basically said something to the effect of like Dead Prez been saying that for years.
This is the point I'm making. X-Clan.
X-Clan.
Brand Nubian. Chuck D.
Me and Cash's favorite people to listen to when they want to listen to nothing else. X-Clan.
You see, I didn't think the Eminem joint was that bad because he's Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And he just that's what he do. But the standout of that night that they should be talking about,
My Song. Yeah.
My Song,
Fuck yeah.
Soundview section.
From what I seen, everybody said that My Song had the best freestyle of the
My
night.
Song did though.
It's not all day, man.
But listen, what our people, due to the system of white supremacy and conditioning, we naturally don't celebrate one another unless we're validated
by white people. No, you're right. Until white people say, facts say.
Again, that's the analogy that I was giving you with the independent versus the corporate sponsor.
All right,
So you have all these podcasts out right now, right?
Right.
You have a network called Loudspeaker Network. I've had contacted them plenty of times about being in their network. They've completely ignored my fucking, Chris Morrow, he responded to me, but Combat Jack has completely fucking ignored me.
Fuck that guy!
You understand what I'm saying?
Yup.
So, to people, you're not in Loudspeaker Network, so you're not good enough. That's the perception. So a lot of times, that's why we go for the corporate people, because it seems like it gives you validation. So I said, okay, cool, I don't need validation from other people if I could get directly to the people. So that's the time I've been on. So that's the jump from that. But the Eminem thing was this.
I'm about to jump on that.
He used buzzwords. Buzzwords was Donald Trump.
Like hot button issues, like that? Is that what a buzzword means? Like a hot button issue?
Yes. It just means a word that
gets a reaction.
Demands so much attention, yes.
Yeah.
So you have Donald Trump, you have Muslim, you have Ramadan.
He did say Ramadan.
You have Colin Kaepernick. All that shit is trendy.
Yeah.
So he said a bunch of trendy things.
Nah, you're right.
I seen black people like dudes fucking busting nuts on themselves and women pussy getting wet off this shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck y'all so happy for? Like,
That's
I was like,
it's a pretty ill visual right there.
Asking the question that has not been answered yet. What did he say pertaining to the plight of black people?
Let me answer that.
Well, he said Colin Kaepernick, right? Well, where was he when Colin Kaepernick was on the football field? Because mind you, he's been fired. He has been off the field for almost a year. Where were you? Where was Eminem when he was on the field kneeling? And why didn't he speak about the cause he was kneeling for in the first place? It has nothing to do with the flag.
I think that people fail.
Switch the narrative.
Yeah, that's true.
With Trump.
I think that people fail to look at the whole thing in historical context, and white artists have benefited off of stealing black cultures, movements, and words and everything else for many years.
And everything else
from Elvis all the way up to now.
No, let me say something real quick about that.
Yeah.
Real quick about that. The whole thing, why he did this, is not government. It's not for you guys to. It's for us to talk the shit that we're talking right now.
I mean, like they said, like an album. He's about to drop an album.
Yeah, exactly. He's dropping an album. He wants to be the talk of everything right now. So we're talking about him, but we're feeding into what he wants.
Agreed, but I think the overall point is that people of color are taking a certain stance without understanding the historical context of what we're dealing with.
I think that
Doggie, right? Correct? Is that correct? I see another guy.
Freestyle was bullshit, honestly.
It was fucking corny.
I have nothing against Donald
No,
Trump.
it was corny.
Anybody.
It was corny.
I don't really agree with Donald Trump or none of that, but I feel like the freestyle was bullshit. The freestyle was for an act. The freestyle was for him to get his fucking name back out there because he's dropping an album. He wants his name back out there.
Yeah.
So what he did was, now we're talking
But I think
about
that-
him. So now we are forced to listen to his album that he's about
We're not forced to, but I think the overall. We'll shift on. But I think the overall. I think the overall issue of what Doggie is trying to saying is it's really not about why he did it. It's about the reaction of people of color to it.
Exactly.
Right, Doggie?
Actually, that's exactly.
Now our reaction,
If I could continue.
Go ahead.
My thing is, what did he say pertaining to the plight of black people? Colin Kaepernick, before he kneeled, he sat during the national anthem. They said something about that. So he tried to be respectful as he could by kneeling, which I don't agree with kneeling, but that's his stance. I think the best way that you can disrespect somebody is by turning your back to them. When the police agree with Mayor de Blasio in New York City, they all
had their back turned.
Yeah, they did. They made a big deal about that. They made a big deal about that. The police force. Yeah, they made a big deal about that.
My thing is, I'm not getting on my knees to nobody because to me, getting on your knees is a sign of submission.
Yep.
When you get on your knees, you submit to a woman and you propose to her and you say, "I want to be with you."
Or a king, or an emperor. Yeah, a king or an emperor or God.
Submit to God. When you in battle with somebody, when you say, "I'm gonna bring them to their knees, I'm gonna crush them."
Yeah.
But I don't agree with the knee thing. But if that's what people are doing, y'all kneel. What this saying say? I'd rather die standing than die on my knees.
Yeah. Rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Yeah. Yep.
I don't agree with the kneeling thing.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question, Doug. Let me ask you this question because I don't want to go too far on that because, like I said, that's an endless conversation. But do you feel like people like you? That when I say people like you, I mean people that speak the truth regardless of the circumstances and not by what's going to get views or money or whatever. You speak the truth based on how you feel. Do you feel like there's a penalty for those of us that speak the truth for saying the truth and standing by it as opposed to going what's popular?
Hell yeah, because all they're going to do is switch and rewrite history. My little homie that filmed for me, Robin Hood Productions, just pointed out to me today. I did an interview with Ali Vegas that somebody stole and put it on YouTube. It has over like 3 million.
That's actually going to be our next thing we want to talk about, that interview. But go ahead.
Not on YouTube, on Facebook.
Yeah.
They put it on Facebook, but on my YouTube, it's almost at 1 million views. One of the clips.
Yeah. That's actually the first video. That's the first video that you see when you go to your website. Actually, DoggieDiamonds.com. That's one of the first. That's like the first thing at the top.
That shit is so important.
No, and it is. But let's finish this because me and Cash have been talking about that interview before we even had. We've been talking about that before we even knew we were going to actually interview you. We've been talking about this for like the last 2 months or so. We've talked about that interview because we did an episode about a similar subject, and you were one of the things that inspired me to do that. This is before I even knew we were going to interview you. You know what I'm saying? But let's yeah, but let's just wrap up that whole part. Like, so do you feel like there's a penalty? Like, do you feel like, for instance, do you feel like you could have made more money and more viewers if you would have chose a different route other than truth as where you're at right now? Because you speak some real raw truth.
If I was smiling.
Samboing. If you were Samboing.
Weed smoking face and drinking with them and chummy with them doing my interview.
Yes, a massa? Yeah, I get you.
I would be a millionaire.
I think so because you speak the raw truth that you know what I think what makes you a phenomenal person to people like us, and we got our Rebel Life TV brothers in the building, people that are not on the level of you as far as viewers. We find it amazing that you've managed to speak the truth and know you don't have 3,000 million fucking this and that, but you still doing numbers though. You're still doing fucking numbers and doing the truth. So I think that there's a lot of people out there that you don't even know their names that are inspired by what you do that you don't even realize. You know?
That's what I see. That's what I do it for. That's what I see because people don't understand when you're able to touch people in their soul. I remember when I came out and stood against the Africa Bambaataa thing. I had grown men with muscles, killers, gangsters that was like, "Yo, thank you. I've been molested before."
That's fucking crazy. That's
and I seen you stand.
That's crazy. That's crazy, yo.
I'm finally got the courage.
Yeah.
To face the person who did this to me.
And you know what? It's crazy because like we're not gonna go into it because she'll go on a tangent. But our co-host S. Perez, she talks about people that are from the ghetto being molested or treated a certain way and having PTSD. And she was talking about the clothing line and the concepts that she had no longer silent, which was no longer quiet. I'm sorry, no longer quiet, which is a similar thing. Sorry, but no longer quiet, which was basically speaking the truth. But Doggie, I wanted to because I've been doing a lot of the talking. Nabi, thank you so much. But I want to transfer over to my brother Cash because he's been really quiet because him and I have been talking about the interview you did with Ali Vegas for like 2 months and I know he wants to talk to you about it. So Cash, I'm gonna let you take the phone.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like, see that's I don't even know where to start on that you know, the whole topic. I mean, I always. But
what did you think about? What did you think about? Let me play interviewer real quick, and let me do this, and then you can ask Doggie. When you saw that, and me and you, when we've talked about, before we even knew we were going to interview Doggie, we've been talking about his episode. We've talked about it like at least 3 times on our show about the Ali Vegas episode. What was your impression the first time? Let's start there. What was your impression the first time?
I wasn't shocked because like you read about that stuff before. Like you got Tupac and Quincy Jones. You got that whole story that was floating around. And you got to know that stuff exists. And I don't know if it was on the Doggie Diamond show that I seen the interview, and the dude said Charlamagne got a text. He was with Charlamagne. Charlamagne got a text from his boss, and he's like, "Look at this."
No joke.
Yeah,
because he got Chopp no joke like 3 times on the show.
So he said,
Yeah, but that was the last one. Yep.
That was like 3. You've had him 3 times, right?
He said Charlamagne's go like this.
I think me and Chopp speak on the phone like every fucking day.
He says like this.
Yeah.
Yo, Charlamagne said, "Look at this. Look at my boss sent me," and it says, "I can't wait to suck your dick." On the text, and then I think Doggie says, "So what happened?" He said, "I think still got a job, right?"
Oh my god. Oh my god! Listen, so
you know, I always believe that type of stuff exists, but for him to come out and say it, though.
Before you go into it, for people that are watching right now that have not seen that episode, could you give a brief synopsis of what we're talking about? Because there's people that don't know what we're talking about.
It was Ali Vegas. He was talking about, you know,
Doggie Diamond's interviewing him.
Doggie Diamond's interviewing. He's talking about like the higher ups and yeah, he go to a party. He'll go to a party and the dude grab his dick and shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, he's basically saying, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? And he's walking away, and there's other niggas like coming through. Famous niggas like, yeah, man, it's wild up in there. Like, yeah, I know what goes on in there. They just keep it going. And he was basically saying people would come up to him and be like, yo, why you ain't make it, man? Why you ain't blow up? And he's telling them these stories, and they don't believe him. They just think that he's not putting in the work.
Talked about when Joke No Talk was talking about like Funkmaster Flex. Everybody was like, yo, I'm sorry if you had to do this and that. So like I said, what was your first impression when you seen Doggie Diamonds do that interview?
I like I said, I wasn't surprised, man. I was like, it's just ill for him to come out and say shit like that. You know what I mean?
So what did you want to ask Doggie about that?
I don't know. I don't even know where to start. Like I said, I don't even like. I know he's heard stories, maybe even seen up things of that nature of himself. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Doggie, we've done episodes about the pedophilia in Hollywood and everything like that, and people think we're fucking crazy.
It's not just pedophilia, but the gay shit
into it, right?
You know, I got a question. Do you think that they do stuff like that to have something on the artist later in case they act up,
or they just enjoy it?
Yeah. It's a little bit of both. I mean, if we gonna keep it all the way real.
Well, I mean, we have to. It's the Chopp Shop. We have to keep it real.
Yeah, the founding fathers of this country. That's what they were into. Mm-hmm. You know,
they come off that Greek culture, that boy love shit.
Yeah, that's just in their DNA.
That's pretty fucking deep, yo. That's
word.
A lot of shit is called.
Wow.
They call it breaking the buck.
Patriot.
Yeah. Say goodbye, Uncle Tom.
They would rape the slave. They would break in the buck. For people who don't know, is when they would take a very rebellious slave, and the slave master would anally rape him in front of other African slaves to show. Right? Is that correct, Doggie?
Yes. So, but I want y'all to know, like, they rape the men, the women, and the children. You know. And it's a movie called Say Goodbye, Uncle Tom. It might still be on YouTube. If not, please try to find this movie. It makes Roots look like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It showed the sex.
He said makes Roots look like a Disney movie.
Children.
Yeah.
The little boys. Wow, that's how crazy it is. The little boys dressed as little girls and dresses and lipstick on little boys. And this movie was made like in the 60s or something. You know what I'm saying? And this is showing you what they were doing. So it just transferred over into their history. Now we gonna keep it all the way 100, which I love to do. Who signed Diddy? Who signed LaFace?
Wasn't it the guy that started L.A. Reid?
No, the guy who started Arista, Clive Davis.
Clive Davis. Yeah, all right.
Clive Davis came out and said what?
That he's a pickle smoocher?
Bisexual.
Yeah. Wow. He's a pickle smoocher.
Right?
Yeah.
So you trying to tell me for some of these dudes that want these millions of dollars, if he say, yo, I need you $5 million right now,
if you XYZ, they not doing it.
So
about the talent.
I mean, so let's. No, go ahead, Doggie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like some of them, besides L.A. Reid and Babyface, because they from the group The Deal, they didn't really have no real talent. His talent was finding talent. Allegedly. You understand what I'm saying? So
who's the L.A. Reid talking about?
A lot of these dudes.
Yeah.
So if you play in the mud, how you not getting no mud on?
I think that if I wanted to condense all of this, and I'm not saying that Doggie Diamond said this, but I'm just saying, like, if we put all of this in context, it pretty much comes out to the end of the day. If you want to take all the big words out and all the history and all the opinions, it basically comes out like, if you're not willing to suck a cock or be a bitch, then you're not going to make it to certain echelons within this machine, like, and that's what it seems.
Now look, people, the sister on your show said something about Cardi B hustle. She let it be known she was willing to suck a dick.
Yeah, she did. Oh fuck.
So the hustle is not really a hustle if you just gonna suck dick. Yeah. That's that's.
I mean, it's really not a hustle, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, listen, who doesn't love a binge of coke and toots? But sucking dick, like, that's too far from my party machine.
Can I say something about
that's
this?
all I'm gonna say.
Something about this 1 second.
Go ahead, cause
me as a let me get this right here.
Go.
Take it real quick. Yep.
Yeah. Just don't hold like.
Yeah.
Can't stand Nabi for that shit. Anyways, me as an artist, right? I already experienced people telling me that I would have to do things for guys and sexual favors in order to be who I want to be.
And you're a gay female.
Yeah, and to top that off, I'm a lesbian. Even as a lesbian, they still want you to suck their dick. They still want you to do things for the fame. And I feel that I'm not going to do that because I have real talent and I'm going to make it as big as I want to make it. But the problem is with us as females, and I don't care what nobody says, gay females, straight females, doesn't matter. We have a challenge against guys because guys want us to do the things they want us to do in order to become famous. So we have to overcome that in order to become famous.
Apparently they want the guys to do it too. So I mean,
it's the same thing for the guys too. It's the same
like Terry Crews. Terry Crews just said when a high executive grabbed his balls.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yep.
Yeah, right. That's great.
So the thing that it's called Hollywood, right? It's been pedophilia going on in Hollywood. Corey Feldman came out and said it. Corey Haim, a lot of them.
Yeah, they did.
That this, Roman Polanski.
Yeah, they did. Roman Polanski was fucking 12 years. Yeah, Roman Polanski was fucking 13, 12-year-old girls.
About B2K and the producer for them, like, yeah.
Didn't that dude Razzie B? What's the guy's name that raps from the group? Razzie B. He was on a phone call. He was on a video. He was Razzie Johnson, whatever the fuck his name was. He was Raspberry Johnson, whatever his name is. He was on a fucking call with Marcus Houston, and he was like, act like you don't know he wasn't molested and all this other shit. Like, so anyways, but Doggie, just because we gotta get into a different conversation because we also gotta get the knowledge. So what I'm saying is like, from doing that interview with Ali Vegas and seeing different things and stuff like that, yes or no, do you feel like there's a barrier where it comes to like that whole sexuality shit when it comes to rising in the industry? Like, that's really what it comes down to. Like, just direct, like, yes or no, like, do you feel like at one point, if you want to rise through the hierarchy of the industry, is there some weirdo shit that comes into play?
There's a lot, I think.
It's two things. Either you're going to partake in it or you're going to accept it.
And that's it. There's no other answer.
So
that's it.
You a lesbian, you good. I don't know what you complaining for. You good.
No. Let me give you one.
But she's not trying to touch the cock, though.
For one thing, I'm telling you, you think I'm.
But she's not trying to touch the cock, though. That's almost like.
But you don't always have to suck the. Listen, you don't always have to suck the cock.
Oh, so here we go.
That's like the cock.
So what if you had? I got it, Doggie. I know. Hold up, Doggie. I got this. So, but what if they said that you had to get higher in fame, but you had to suck a clit?
Okay, that's different.
This is why he's saying you're good.
No bullshit. I wouldn't want to suck. No bullshit. I wouldn't want to suck nobody's finger dick to get famous. I want to get famous.
Under 70 or over 70, yeah.
That's just me joking. To be honest, to wrap this shit up right now. Wrap this shit up.
You want to get out the conversation now, yeah.
I want to get famous.
Now you want to get the conversation.
Real talent, you know.
You know what, Doggie?
At least tell the truth.
You know what? You know what's fucked up? You know what? You know what's fucked up about Doggie Diamonds? You know what's fucked up about Doggie Diamonds? He calls one fucking time, and not only do we have to pay her, afterwards we have to fire her.
Yo, if Nabi fires me, I swear to God, this motherfucker.
This is all done.
Going down.
Listen, though, right? But listen, no. This is what I want you to understand, and for the audience and for the people that's gonna hear this live and
all four.
I don't want people to believe that we're talking some big ass conspiracy shit. Even with the Ali Vegas shit, a lot of things get dismissed.
Yeah,
it has to be validated by certain people for them to say it, for it to be valid. Now,
Yeah.
Waka Flocka just said it today. People have been saying it.
What did Waka Flocka say?
People. He said, I didn't get to see it, but like I said, one of my little homies presented to me. He was saying there's some weird shit going on in Hollywood with all this, gay for fame type shit. You know, so I don't want to speak like I know exactly what he was saying, but it's something that I have to watch. So, because he was pointing out to me, he said, yo, they ignoring the Ali Vegas shit, and they're trying to act like they're starting the narrative that we already started. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is that I don't want people to think like we're talking some big conspiracy shit. No, this shit has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
And now, in the age of information, in the age of social media, some people are not scared because you got to remember that we don't need some of these executives no more. We have social media.
Yeah, because before, if you pissed off an executive, you couldn't drop an album. Now you could be a fucking 12-year-old white boy in Nebraska. You got SoundCloud and Dat Piff.
Not even Spinrilla. Drop a mixtape.
Yeah. So Doggie, so we've got on that. So we wanna transition over to Knowledge Born's interview because I feel like your interview is gonna have to be a follow-up interview because it's yeah. Like if we can get you to commit to that in a verbal contract, I got my lawyer right here. No.
I mean, like I said, for anybody out here who's listening,
all four people, all four of them.
All you have to do is contact me. I'm on every social media platform. If you want to interview with me, I rarely tell people no, but I will do my research on what it is you do. And if your shit is trashy and unprofessional, I'm gonna try to help you get your shit up.
So we got a thumbs up before you called in. We got the thumbs up, or I mean, how would it?
No, it was cool because Knowledge Born referred y'all, so he's not gonna put me in. No bullshit.
Nah, he's a good brother. You know what it is that. Go.
So I do want to say before I go because I'm about to leave and go to the gym. Actually, shout out to y'all for having me.
All right, man. Shout out to you for calling in, man.
It's happening.
You and our next guest, Knowledge Born Allah, have both been nominated, right?
Yeah, and the dope thing about it is that, you know, it's like when I hear my name in Black Power Award, it's like, damn, they thought of me on some Black Power stuff. This is what we do it for. You know, this is what we do it for. So I don't never have to win a Grammy. I never have to get a Source Award, a VMA, and none of that. Just to be nominated, that means you was recognized by a body of people.
That means that the community, that means that there's people that support you that you don't deal with on your day-to-day cipher. I get that, and I understand that.
Absolutely. And like I said, for me, I'm just happy that people even give a fuck about me because I'm just a dude from Brooklyn who really thought I was going to die as a little kid because I was going to get killed.
No, there's plenty of us, like I said, even before we did this interview, when we started doing this, like people like you, me, and people like our people's, you know what I'm saying, Rebel Life TV, you know what I'm saying, we look up to, there's so many people that you don't know that see what you do, that, like, we're inspired by it, and we're willing to go forward with it, because like I said, like, when I was getting ready to do the episode, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to get into no crazy shit, right? But the day that I was going to talk about the Clinton Foundation's support of a person that was kidnapping kids from Haiti, we were going to do a show here, and the fucking power went out. Like, we've been here 2 years, Doggie. Yo, Doggie, we've been here 2 years. We never had. Doggie, listen, we've been here 2 years. We never had no problems. And there's other things that I'm not going to talk about, on air. But there was a bunch of shit that happened, and like I was set in my mind. I was gonna do this thing about the Clinton Foundation's peoples that got caught with a bunch of kids leaving Haiti, and the fucking power went out where we're at, and that hasn't happened in 2 years. And I'm not saying whatever, trying to,
it was pretty odd.
I'm just saying it was pretty odd, and what I'm just saying is that watching you do that thing, like, just know, Doggie, like, I'm not a interesting individual. Yeah, a spooky person, or I'm not a rare person in the sea of a million. That there's many people that are not me, that don't have their own show, that are inspired by you. Because the minute I said I was gonna go do this interview, there's people that reached out that were like, yo, Doggie Diamonds and this and that, and boom, boom, boom. Like, you're inspiring more people than you know, and don't ever let whatever's going on, because we all deal with bullshit, ever stop you from thinking that there's a nation of people behind you, brother. And like, we support what you do, and we don't have to know each other, and it's not because you called in the show. Like I said, we've talked about your interview with Ali Vegas like 3 different times on this show. Like, that was...
Yeah, you know what's funny? I don't know if y'all know who Ralph McDaniels is.
Yep.
Music box.
Yeah.
But let me explain something to you. Ralph McDaniels said to me, yo, I love what you do, and yo, what you do is for the culture, and yo, I feel good, you know, with the culture being in your hands. Once he told me that was all I needed, because that's who inspired me to do this. So it's like, once Yoda told Skywalker, you got the Force.
Yeah.
Who could tell him what?
Exactly.
You know what I'm
No, exactly.
Thing, like with myself. I still, and before I close, I do have to close with this. A lot of times people believe that I can't interview the new rappers that's coming to town. I can't, but I turn that down. I love people who contributed to the culture. I think some of the new dudes that'll have a long way to go, and I don't know if they're going to be around. So I don't jump on the wave of press runs. I like to say, well, damn, where's Trigger the Gambler at? And I go find him. That's why you might
Trigger the Gambler.
King Just and Pop.
He did. Yeah, I saw that King Justin. You know, it's crazy because like their producer, and their manager. That's how people's right there. So that was a dope joint right there. So
I'm saying, so I love the game so much, and I sit back and I say, damn, like I might have my iPod on shuffle, and something will just come on, and I'll be like, oh, that was my shit. Where's Mike Geronimo at? And
exactly.
I my APB like I always do. And then
exactly.
A lot of times people say, yo, he interviewed has-beens, or he interviewed never was, and all that. And I'm like,
no, but like you said, the unsung heroes.
The culture.
It's the unsung heroes. So
unsung heroes. But now it became cool for people to do that. See, I know even the people who so-called ahead of me, I see my DNA all on their work.
Hey, that's all you can say. It's almost like a prostitute in Vegas. You can see your DNA all over it.
I see that shit. I see people interviewing people that they feel like, oh, nobody cares about these people.
No, I get that, and Doggie, like I said, because we're so far. So I before we let you go, and I'm gonna ask you. I think that we made a couple of verbal agreements. One was that we're gonna do a 2-part to this, because
it was six.
Six part. And also, the next time we come to New York, we can go to where Doggie Diamonds is at, and we're gonna do like a live stream. I think we had like a verbal agreement to that context or whatever. But we're obviously, other than Googling you, like, could you just give your handles real quick of how people can find your content and everything? And please talk about real quick before we let you go. Talk about your handles and then talk about your clothing line real quick.
Okay, you can find me on DoggieDiamondsTV.com. That's the website that has a bunch of other content, plus everything I do. My YouTube is Doggie Diamonds TV, YouTube.com/DoggieDiamondsTV, where you'll see the playlist of the No Filter videos and sometimes other commentary and a lot of interviews I do and other exclusive interviews like Future, Little Kim, other shit, you know. And then my podcast that I do is called Doggie Diamonds No Filter.
No Filter, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Doggie Diamonds No Filter. That's on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play, and I'm working on getting on a few other streaming platforms. And then I'm also a part of another podcast called The Beef and Broccoli Show. And that's The Beef and Broccoli Show. And if you know, The Beef and Broccoli Show is like the second most famous boots by Timberland in New York City. So either you have Construction Timbs, or you have Beef and Broccoli. So we wanted to do like a Ode to New York show where we talking shit about New York shit. And it's called The Beef and Broccoli Show. And I do that with my co-host Koku, because I also, you know, if you're going to be a boss, you also put other people in position to be great. So
yeah, you can't be a boss. I've always said that. You know, I stood by that through my whole leadership. You can't be a boss if you don't bring your other people's up around you. If you're making accomplishments and nobody around you comes up, then your accomplishments are shit. That's my personal opinion.
So Doggie Diamonds, DOGGIE on everything. Not
everything.
Diamond with you gotta put the S, because I got multiple diamonds. I've always given jewels. And DOGGIE.
I like that.
So that's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of that. You can find me on any and everything. And if you confused, if you go to YouTube and you go to the links, I'm everywhere. Or if people say Google me and they be fronting, if you Google me, my shit gonna come up.
One of our viewers want to know.
Try to get in contact with you. You lying.
One of our viewers want to know. Can you be found on Black Planet?
They want to meet.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Nah, Doggie, I'm just fucking with you. Yo, Doggie, listen, we're gonna switch over to Knowledge Born, but like I said, we're gonna do a follow up to this interview. Thank you from somebody who. And from a team of people who have a platform that's not as big as yours. Thank you for coming on our show and blessing us with this interview and sharing it on your different things and everything like that. And we like, seriously, we really appreciate you, brother. Thank you for this time, and thank you for taking the time out. You go to the gym, you get those buff muscles or whatever. We're gonna talk to you in the future.
Reason why I go to the gym is this. Because I talk about
you ain't gotta explain. You ain't gotta explain.
Listen, this is important though. This is very important. A lot of people talk about how they whip somebody's ass, but you can't even walk a flight of fucking steps.
Yo, you know what pisses me off? People that go to the gym and park the closest to the door they can. That's what pisses me off.
No, what pisses me off when people go to the gym and they're on their phone or they walk up the stairs.
Oh my God, they're Snapchatting. I'm at the gym.
The elevator. There's a day at Planet Fitness. They had pizza day.
Yeah, the pizza day. So Doggie, we're gonna let you go.
We're talking about Planet Fitness. Yeah, we know about that.
Don't talk about no Planet Fitness. The Doggie Diamonds in the building.
I like Planet Fitness.
So Doggie, thank you very much. Like I said, we're gonna switch over to Knowledge Born. We're gonna get a part 2, part 3, part 4, and we will see you next time we're in New York, brother. Thank you very much.
Makes sense. And Knowledge Born, just make sure you please plug the Black Power Awards, because I didn't really get a chance to get in.
That was the whole reason for this conversation, but we shifted. All right, peace.
Thank y'all.
Peace.
Thanks, man.
Knowledge Born, what's going on, brother?
He fell asleep.
Yo, I'm in the building. What's good?
Now you know what I've learned. Listen, you know what I know about, like, me and Knowledge Born been friends for about like a year and a half now, and we've done a lot of me and Knowledge Born have done a lot of behind the scenes work. Like, that nobody like knows that him and I were doing together. Like, and the thing about Knowledge Born that I've learned, like, this brother has like a level of patience that I just don't have. Like, and I learned from that. Like, he sat back that whole time.
Like, dealing with you, man. Shit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dealing with me. Like, Tom. So we got Knowledge Born, Allah on the joint. So please introduce yourself, brother, and let's talk about your show and talk about everything. Let's go.
Yo, first of all, salute, man. Chopp Radio. Man, it's an honor to be on the same platform that BJ Johnny Juice was on.
Yeah.
Papa Wu was on.
It's an honor to have you, man.
Dr. Scuffy was on. That William Cooper was on. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's an honor.
Thank you, brother.
Fred Hampton Jr.
Yeah. Lady of Rage. Let's not forget Lady of Rage saying happy birthday on the joint.
Razcast,
yeah. Let's add Master Ace. Yeah.
Well, man, Joe, we appreciate you being on the show, man. Fuck all that shit, man.
Yeah, because you are, like I said, so people that don't know Knowledge Born Allah, he runs a show. His fucking show, like, I don't know, our show comes on 6:30 to 8 on Thursday. Knowledge Born, his show comes on whenever the fuck you're ready. Like, you be like, yo, Knowledge, like, so when can I set this up? He's like, pretty much anytime you want. Like, what you mean anytime? He's like, Tuesday at 6 o'clock, Sunday at 7, like. So let's talk a little bit about your fucking show is. So let's talk about Do the Knowledge Radio. Why did you create that platform?
I'm a child of the conscious community. My mother and my father grew up in the conscious community, raised me and my other brothers and sisters in the conscious community. This was a physical location. You understand what I'm saying? Prior to this virtual invasion and infestation, this was a physical place in every black community where you could go, you learn, There was a rites of passage. There was some tutelage going on, and all of that, unbeknownst to the outside world. You know what I mean? So, as an ode to what my ancestors done and what our ancestors have done in many different facets, we got together and created a virtual ode to what we saw and what we lived physically.
Yes.
That was 2 years ago.
Yep.
August 27th.
That's when you started 2 years ago. We're kind of about our 2-year anniversary this month.
Yeah, August 27th, 2015. Matter of fact, our first episode was August 29th, 2015.
So your show is similar to the Chop Shop in the sense that it interviews different people, but I think that the difference in it is that you have more of a political activist focus than like you interview hip hop, but your focus is more political activism. Is that correct?
Well, my approach is an ode to our ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? It's a holistic approach that goes from an ode to our ancestors, an ode to our elders, an ode to our peer group, and an ode to our future generation, all on one show. You see what I'm saying? Like today is Robert Dick Gregory's birthday. You know what I mean?
Robert Dick Gregory, shout out.
Talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should be people talking about it. There should be people.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about real quick. Let's take a sub. Robert Dick Gregory. Why should we be worried about that? Let's talk about that.
His life.
His legacy.
Dedicate your life. Like y'all dedicating your life. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the term you use. Not be with raptivism. You understand?
Yeah, raptivism.
Y'all could be doing anything else. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all could be doing anything else. There's a whole bunch of anything. Everything is optional nowadays.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? But when people were the ode to what's real, it don't get no realer than that.
No, and we like I said, we appreciate that, brother.
Ran for president. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In 1963, this dude ran for president. You know what I mean?
That's fucking nuts.
It's about Dick Gregory.
Was a student.
Did you know that?
Of Dick Gregory.
Yeah.
Because your whole family, like your mom, like you said, I'm sorry.
My mother was a student of Dick Gregory. And my mother, if y'all ever heard of Dr. Sabi?
Yeah, of course. Yep.
My mother was my own Dr. Sabi. You understand what I'm saying? In the health community is very small, just like it is today. It was even smaller back then.
Like, what's some girl's name? Queen Afua? She's somebody that's big. Yeah, Queen Afua.
Yeah. Maybe it's your family. Mama Pill, Red Pill, and Blue Pill, and Casey.
You know that? Red Pill and Blue Pill. They do a lot of commentary. Yeah.
So, Minister Inky, there's a small pocket of the health community, just like it is, and Dick Gregory was one of the ones who brought the health community to the forefront. The reason why you have a GNC today is because you had health food stores back in the day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So they ransacked, burnt down, destroyed, locked up, tried to discredit all of the small mom and pop health food stores and made GNC.
Yeah, that's funny that you say that about Dick Gregory, about how he was like dedicated to the movement or whatever. He had like 10 kids. And he was a good provider, but he wasn't there. And he said, I know I wasn't a good father. He was like, yo, because I wanted to be a great activist, you know what I'm saying? I want to be a great pioneer for the people. He was like, yo, so he told his wife, he was like, yo, I'm not gonna be there as a father like that.
Yo, that's you don't understand how crazy that is, because that was the same conversation I had with Papa Wu. When I told Papa Wu, and Papa Wu called me one day and he was like, yo, I see you with your kids and that shit brings tears to my eyes and I respect that. And I said, yo, I wasn't always there for my kids. And he said, you want to know why you wasn't always there for your kids? And I said, why, Papa Wu? He straight up, like, I swear to God, like verbatim, word for word, Papa Wu said, cause you're a real nigga. That's what Papa Wu said to me. I said, I wasn't always there, Papa Wu. I can't front. Like, he said, no. He said, you're a real nigga. That's why. Because shit's real, and like you have to make a decision sometimes. Like, am I going to affect the 1 or 2 people around me, or affect the 1,000 people? Yeah, exactly. So my bad, boy. And I just wanted to add that in. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. At 10 years old, just imagine, the people who listen, they have children. At 10 years old, what do you get a child at 10? Would you get a boy at 10 years old?
I mean, it depends. If we're talking about back in the day, a car. Nowadays, a tablet.
A car? What kind of
car? No, like a play car. Like a truck? Yeah, like a Tonka truck, yeah.
What kind of car you getting these?
You get a young boy 10 years old, some toys, right? Maybe some new clothes or whatever. You know what I got for my 10th birthday?
What?
I got a suit. I got Malcolm X speech. I got a Malcolm X button. And I went with my mother to Harlem for her to receive the Harriet Tubman Recipient Award.
Talk about that a little bit.
And education was through education. You know?
Why did your mother receive that? That's a big deal. So like you're one of those guys that talks about things like, oh, it's no big deal, but like why did your mother receive a Harriet Tubman Award? Like what was the context around that?
In the health community for her work. So like you may hear about Dr. Sabi, but you don't hear about all of the other people that was connected to the health community that was really changing lives of people.
Yeah, he's the one that's glorified like anything else. There's always a champion or a person.
He's not really glorified. Dr. Sabi's like,
amongst the health community, he is.
Not like, that health community. Not the health community he's talking about. But yeah, you say that because like he said he's cured cancer. He's cured AIDS. You know what I mean? He's cured all these diseases. And Dr. Sabi was the one that Left Eye was with. He was the one that
she went down when she died doing that documentary.
Yeah. So it's like
so your mom's contribution. That's why she was awarded that. So
all of those patients, those same patients. You know, everything from the common.
So your mom was a naturalist. She dealt with natural healing.
In reverse, she dealt with the science of iridology, the science of healing, the science of natural earth. Everything from the common cold to AIDS, and she got everything. She got the AIDS patients first, and then she got the people with the colds. If you understand what I'm saying. So
the people with the AIDS patients that she dealt with, what was the effect of what happened with them? What was going on?
I'll tell you one story.
Please do.
There was a young kid who came to my house. His grandmother was the crossing guard in our neighborhood. And she was telling me about her grandson. He was sick. I said, well, you and your grandson need to come see my mother. So they came. This kid is 5 years old. The doctors had gave him 2 weeks to live. They had used AZT. If anybody know what AZT is, this is what they was calling the cure for AIDS in the 80s. It was first used for polio.
Is that one of those expensive pills that cost like $5,000 and it's supposed to help out with your immune system and shit?
It's not even a pill. It was a compound that you couldn't even touch with your hands. You had to have special gloves in order to hold it.
That's fucking crazy.
This is what they were.
That sounds like some fucking
experimental.
Yeah, that sounds like some fucking biochemical hazard shit. Like you couldn't even. That sounds like those hot peppers from Africa you can't touch. Yeah. What is it called? What's that again? What is it?
AZT.
AZT. A as in
Z as in zebra.
A as in Alan, Z as in zebra, T as in Tyrone. Right. AZT.
Right.
All right.
And it was they first introduced it as a vaccine for polio. But it was too toxic. So they took it off the market and they reintroduced it as a cure for AIDS in the 80s. So the AZT is similar to anybody who got treated with chemotherapy. It burns up your inside.
Yeah, chemo.
Taking out your organs and putting them in the microwave.
Yeah, chemo's so bad that when my son's mother's father is dealing with chemo, and they wanted to know was he using the bathroom that my son went into, because they were saying even the pee from people from chemo, the urine from people with chemo could be toxic to outsiders.
That's crazy.
Right?
So the young brother came to my house. And they gave him 2 weeks to live. They say he'd be dead in 2 weeks. And they gave him 2 tickets to go to Disney World.
Oh, like one of that, what do they call that? Make-A-Wish? Like Make-A-Wish Foundation? Yeah.
Yeah. And my mother looked at the young boy in his eyes, found out what was wrong with him. he was able to speak that day based off of the compound that she gave him. Your vocal cords was, I'm talking about, this is a 5-year-old. Look, if you got a 5-year-old, you listening, look at your 5-year-old in the eye and see what the medical industry does to our people. Does to our
They over-medicate them. They over-medicate them with Ritalin and other shit. They over-medicate. Yeah.
Look, this young boy, 5 years old, he's still alive to this day.
Damn.
That's fucking. Yo, wait. Hold up. They gave him how long? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And he was 5. And how many years ago was that?
That was 30 years ago.
And he's still alive.
That's crazy.
That's fucking powerful right there.
Symptom free. Every patient my mother worked with, every client my mother worked with was symptom free. From the traumatic to the trivial.
Do you feel like coming from because from a different angle, coming from my family, I have an understanding of this. Do you feel like coming from a certain lineage, like you had no choice but to speak the truth though? Because like if your mom is doing that, like what do? Like do you go turn up and be like skirt? Like if your mom is on that level, right? Like, what is your choice? Like, do you go skirt, turn up, or do you teach, right? Like it's almost like you don't have a choice. Like, it's your duty to speak the truth, right?
Well, it's one in every family. Somebody has to carry on the legacy and the tradition. Everybody has their own lane.
Like you said, one in every family, yup, because everybody can't do it. Yup. I understand that.
My oldest brother learned how to play the piano at 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Like the greatest piano teacher in the state of New Jersey. I'm from Jersey. His name was Gordon Gladden. He was a classic pianist. Stopped my brother at 3 years old and taught him how to be a master pianist.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? By the time he was 10, he was in Tokyo, Japan. You see?
That's fucking bananas, though.
That was his lane.
That's bananas,
You know what
though.
I'm saying? My oldest sister, she built her house from scratch. She started off, boom, she did everything that she her own lane. She built her home from scratch. She had a movie theater in her fucking house. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, by her own design.
Yeah, no, that's bananas. That's bananas.
Everybody in my family had their lane. I had the lane that was with my mother. I told you our connection was through education. So
yes.
Every time a client would leave our house, she would tell me. So I was the person that was there to listen to her. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that.
So our connection was shared in the way that we communicate with people and how we heal people through our communication. You see what I'm saying?
So you understand. So you are of the school of thought that understands that healing sometimes comes from the way people perceive things, right? Like, because people perceive the world a certain way, but once they get hit with a harsh reality, you can either adapt. It's like adapt or die, right? Like it's like adapt or die. So with that history in mind and moving forward for time wise, how do people get in tune with your show and how do they fuck with it? Because there's people out there that are gonna want to watch your show after this. Like, how do they get in tune with it and how do they fuck with it? Because I know how to find it because I'm a big supporter of your show. But how do people that this is their first time hearing about it, how do they get in tune with it?
Well, they can catch us on Blog Talk. We're on 7 days a week. www.blogtalkradio.com/Do the Knowledge Radio. That's DOTHAKN.
It's the hood way. It's not it's the like. Yeah, but it's like THA, like the. Just to make sure y'all know. Make sure y'all know. Just I'm saying, make sure everybody's with it.
So that's why I had to pause at that little part right there, because I even saw it on the award nomination that it's spelled wrong. You understand?
Oh my God! Yeah, but you know what though?
Not the proper English.
Yeah, but you know what though? You really can't get mad at that because you know how many times people have spelled Universal Zoo Disciples with a S instead of a Z. Like, and it just happens. It happens, and you have to deal with it. So, people that want to support your network or whatever, how can they support what you're doing and everything like that? Like, how can they get behind this? Because you have a platform, you have a network, but people can also support and get behind it. How can they do that?
Well, they can go to our hub site, our e-commerce site is www.dodoknowledgeuniversity.com.
Mm-hmm.
You could also see all of the shows. We got over 650 shows. You know, we've been on for 2 years. And, you know, the people have found value in our education platform. So, on to the Black Power Award nomination. You know?
Yeah, I saw that. And I don't think you realize how much we appreciate on the Chop Shop for you taking the time to call in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're very humbled by you making the connection to Doggie Diamonds. But besides that, you just calling in general, we really appreciate you, brother, because like I said, we're a small platform, man. We're grassroots, we're from the ground up, and we started from the dirt. I know you do. I know you do. That's
some other platforms connect without.
But we appreciate your platform connecting with us, because we just do what we do without asking for anything, and we just appreciate you recognizing us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really appreciate that.
So who you got next on your show now?
Yeah, who's coming up next for your show?
Tonight we got Sankofa Circle, so we got a sister by the name of India Asada, and she does the Sankofa Circle 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, it's Sankofa. It's a word that means return and get it. It's an African word that means return and get it.
There's a bunch of Sankofa symbols, right? There's a bunch of Sankofa symbols, like the one. Yeah.
We're looking at our ancestral lineage and doing the knowledge. Doing the knowledge is an investigative type of technique. So, you know, knowledge is to look, listen, observe, and most of all respect. So it's an investigative process to learn a lesson from the past so we can move forward in the best manner. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing on Sankofa Circle. We have a different show every day of the week, you know what I mean? So we have a hip-hop show on Tuesday, you know what I mean? We have it's different aspects to African culture. You know what I mean? Because we are the proponent of African liberation. We're African liberators. So different facets that regard African life holistically. You see what I'm saying? So whether it's an ode to the elders, whether it's an ode to our ancestors, whether it's an ode to our youth, to our family, just really bringing us all together in a sense of unity and harmony and organic solidarity.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So is there any final shout outs you want to give before we let you go, brother?
Yo, I want to give a shout out to Nabi. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, brother.
Shout out Radio Staff, legendary platform. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Judah Priest.
Judah Priest, yep. Zoo Bullies family. I called into the interview you did with Judah Priest. I called in, but my phone went out. I went out of commission as I was driving into somewhere. Yeah, whatever. My prepaid network. Yeah, Geraldo phone didn't work as well as the bus does. Yeah.
I called his hibachi phone. He went to.
He said I got a free hibachi with my phone.
He got a hibachi. He got a free phone when he went there.
But
shout out a couple of artists that are on the platform.
You're good.
You can check them out. Tahir RBG. www.
Tahir RBG. Dead Prez fam.
Yeah.
Shout out to Divine RBG.
Yeah. Brick the Foundation, www.itsmebrick.com. That's ITSMEBRICK.com. My brothers from United Front, www.ufasafo.com. And also our digital magazine counterpart. Shout out to Shop Everlasting Peace, Earth, and the staff of Get This Wisdom magazine. Make sure y'all subscribe to that magazine, www.getthiswisdommagazine.com.
We like I said, it's an honor to call you a comrade, and a big honor to call you a friend. Thank you for your continuous support for the Chop Shop and everything that we do, and just know that we're 100% behind everything you do, brother. Thank you.
Peace, man.
Peace. So that's the Chop Shop Radio live for you this Thursday. Like I said,
we already had 8:16. We might as well ride out the rest of the 14 minutes. You know what I mean? Just make it, just.
All right. So there was a couple of things.
What you want, Bourbon Street?
Nah, but there was something else. But hold on, but there was something I wanted to talk about. It was the so O.J. Simpson. He reportedly wants upwards of $1 million for his first interview out of jail, because
who did it?
Nobody has done it yet. Nobody's took it because he just got out. He got out less than a week ago.
Yo,
and OJ wants $1 million plus.
It'll be worth it because, like, listen, man, they made an actual fucking series about the OJ case. This shit's old as fuck.
What's homeboy that played? What's the homeboy's name? The black dude. What's his name?
I forgot.
He played radio, and he played the other guy.
Oh, what's his name?
Kubajo. He played in fucking Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah. But I'm saying like people actually love that shit. People love to watch that.
I got series watching it.
I didn't watch it. I was like, why are they talking about this shit? And shit like that gets me kind of mad because like there's news stories out there. So like John Benet Ramsey. Like,
true.
Why the fuck we keep talking about this shit?
I think the media. I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with Doggie Diamonds, and we let the system control what we talk about, right? Because like as people of color, we see things through a certain lens, but the minute white people say, yo, this is something you should talk about, we talk about it. And then that's what controls our platforms. But I think that us and Knowledge Born and Doggie Diamonds are examples of you don't have to conform. You can do what you do and still make a lane.
Yeah. I hope you don't get killed in the process.
I already wrote down that I would never commit suicide on a letter and have it put somewhere because it's that serious. But so the Chop Shop Radio, you know what I'm saying? Like we doing a cipher.
Oh, we doing a cipher.
Supposed to do the
UZD cipher.
Oh, I gotta go back on here.
Okay, fuck it. I gotta start this shit on.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
A lot of people think I'm joking, but I'm really not. I gets my money, I gets it all day, every day. Killer flow on the beat, I never stop a flow. Niggas get mad cause I be taking my words and killing flow. Fuck that, I do what I do all day. These niggas mad cause I'm out here getting my way. These niggas mad cause I'm out here getting fucking paid. If you talking, bro, you better get fucking paid. Fuck you think, fuck you talking, what the fuck you talking? I got that Glock, tick tock, pop, nigga. And anybody talking, I pulls the trigger. Everybody talk to me, I'm really
Yo, these cowards talk, but I don't get it. My karma connect, but I just miss me. Came back cause he knows my bread official. I stay high like a dog whistle. I think it just heard my dog whistle. I grab a thing and run out the house. And that right there is official tissue. Fucking my money and we got some issues. I might just get that magazine. I ain't talking about vulgar overlord. I'm talking a clip, not a silver screen. But I duck the drama cause I chase some commas. You want some problems, you'll face a llama. Little nigga right there put the taser on you. He say you have to lay and the marijuana. Just be ready when you see him. He demand your money like you be him. Whether it say yay or nay, that'll be the last time you see him. Or your mark get set, that mean get ready. All my niggas on go. You a hating ass nigga, that mean you petty. AKA you a hoe.
You a hoe, you don't know. You was caught up in the flow. You was a hustler, you was a player. You suck dick for the dough. You was caught up in the game. You was fought up in the flow. You really didn't know that you was caught up by the dough. I'm the basic in the matrix when I fix him with the flow. You don't really wanna kill him when I kill him with the low. I be moving more faster, you be moving real slow, but you don't really know, you just a hoe for the dough. I am sometimes in the time of complex, I'm Optimus Rhyme. I move in most against these Decepticons when I move in my mind. When they try to darken my shine, when they try to say that I'm fine, try to blindside me from that time, but you can't get from behind. I will move and motivate. Ocean State say I'm great. I'm a gorilla. You can never ever scrape off my plate. You can get 8 or say it's a fate or say that you gon' great, but you can never contemplate because I swear to God I'm mind state.
Back on this beat, I do that shit, I bring that heat. I know you wanna bring that heat, so I'ma bring it back to you. One sec, one mic, one dyke. It's me. They say, yo, how can you beat that shit for real? Yo, S on the beat, yeah, you already know that. I'll be the best, nigga, I'll be the best. Put me to the test, I'm about to be on this microphone and be my home. Ain't nobody talking to me no more. I straight through it, bro. They say open the door. Wait.
Shout out to Doggie Diamonds and Born Knowledge. We be doing this up so they know we got that knowledge. We be dropping it, hot shit. Chop shop popping it. We do this up, of course. We be non-stop dropping it. Every day we drop a mic. Everybody know the deal. Shout out to Showcast and Rebel Life. Yo, we in the building. About to do this up. Steve Goldie, what's up? We about to blaze them up. Fire blaze, rape them up. UZD in the building. Shout out to Shorty Slim. Holding that mic.
Let me get that one more.
Get the beat going.
Get that one more time.
Now I gotta get switch the beat.
Get that one more time.
Keep going. Chop Shop Radio, we in the building. Go to the other one. Go to the other beat.
Brought that one back. You could have brought that one back.
You got that?
Bring that one back.
Chop Shop Radio in the building. www.uzd.world. Rock with us.
UZD.world.
There you go. Come on.
You got this?
I like
that.
Yeah.
You got this?
Yeah. Go ahead with all that bullshit. Got a full clip of the attitude. Bad mix like holy water and evildoer. You want some nigga, I'll bring it to you. UPS, FedEx, I'll need swag. My verse is real and my beats bang like rough sex. Roughneck, rude boy, we smoking cues, not schoolboy. I take a dose, that's too girl, or that molecule is that cool girl. Yo, well, don't exist cause I'm in my own zone, bitch. So you better watch your tone like you been in the sun too long, bitch. My niggas ain't all in. Like Lil Bron's head, line these bitches up in a row and then I knock them down like dominoes. Exotic hoes, they love me. Like common hoes, no common sense. Taxes ass like the government when I'm going in. Punishment, we run the shit and running from the police at the same time. What time is it? Check my watch, don't got no watch, but it's game time. Blowing grass, laying mine, call rugs with a landline. Cause he talking about what I'm talking about when we talking about them dollar signs.
Hey yo, I'm from the rebel culture that has seen the demise, seen through the culture, seen the deception, seen through the lies. Third eye, seen through and seen to my surprise. Seen it through this breaking these pies. Fake wise guys, I swear to God, seen through the lies. You can see the hawk through my eyes. Seen the personification of the hip hop. I kick the real shit until my heart drop.
Forbezdvd, that be me. Always doing me, I ain't never really stopped it. These niggas getting mad cause I'm UZ chop shot. This is where the real hip hop go down. These niggas getting mad cause I'm doing me now. They say yo step, how can you get the crown? They saying you crazy bro, how you do that? I'm out here popping tracks like ain't nothing.
You couldn't imagine the pain and the feeling if you were trapped in a body of mine. You would see that I'm really not kidding. All I do is just spit out fun. No need to waste my time rolling around. I lost my mind trying to collect the missing pieces and pick up what I left behind. 24/7, I keep it 100 every day. I'm by my dollar, you falling off, so stand back. So I fucking straight. Ready, rock. Bronx up in the spot. We about to kill 'em up. What up, chop.
Your money makes the world go rounds like Mary. Half goes in the bank, the other half gets buried. No funds that scary, like seeing me with a heater. Got all this money, no job, they say I'm a cheater. Count money on the scale because the bill weighs a gram. 2800s, that's 2800s, fam, 28 grams, an ounce, understand, show me the man with the money, I pounce on the fam, I got the G for a Z of this tree, I burnt it in the back of the V with a PYT, something posted on the block like a fire hydrant, the tyrant, the welder, I fires iron, dog, I ball like Kobe Bryant, so you get the picture like Adobe, try me,
Yo, it's time in a sense. It makes no sense. I kill for dead presidents. My residents got no hope. I keep you in the scope. They say they got no hope. I choke you with this rope. You seen the time come with. Seen the time gon' get. Seen the time go split. Fuck whoever you with. I'm telling them how I'ma get down. Say it again from I get down. I'm from that Providence sound. When I come down deep in this despair, you drown. Deep in despair, you found. Saying that you lay it down. Now they trying to say they drown. Deep inside the darkness where you found. Drown them around and saying there is no safety. There is no rapper in this fucking game that could ever take me. There is no industry upper that could ever rape me. Don't ever get me or ever try to mistake me.
Yo, keep my head above water when I'm all about the bucks. I'm swimming in the coin like Scrooge McDuck. I got the respect, the power and such. If you ain't living like me, you slipping up. I got the X in me and I'm liquored up. That's when I start spending up. But let me catch you spending up. I'ma hit you up. I'ma rip you up. I'ma lift you up like a convertible top. You gon' drop. With your money, I'ma find something hot to cop.
Yo, we out of here.
UZD Cypher,
Yo,
baby.
Chop Shop. Fuck with us. Fuck with us.